Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another player review video with me, your boy FIFA One HD. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Also, please hit that like button, and if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. I will be there to answer those for you. So, the 80 rated Solomon Kalou inform card, let's have a look at those stats. As you can see from his mental and physical comparison, they are pretty average stats to start with. Attack positioning is good, strength, agility and balance are all fairly decent, but he is definitely let down by his sprint speed and acceleration. Would definitely have liked those bits to have been higher. But where he does make up for it is his ball control and his dribbling. They are so good at 87 and 89 respectively. His finishing is also very good. Nice shot power. Penalties are pretty solid on that card too. You know, apart from that, his tackling isn't great. He has decent volleys, which is always a bonus, especially on a striker. Now, he also comes with 4-star skills, which when you combine with that sort of dribbling technique is a very good thing indeed. 3-star weak foot is neither here nor there really, it's not too bad. But the work rates for me were a little bit of an issue. I always prefer a striker with a high to medium or high-low work rates. He has medium-low, but at least that attack positioning makes up for it. So let's get into the main block of the review. So my thoughts on Inform Kalou and his 80 rated card. Well, it's a nice improvement on his original card, let's be honest. You know, 4-star skills remain the same and a 3-star weak foot, which is nice. Work rates, I'm not a big fan of a striker with medium, low. You know, it doesn't work for me, but his attack positioning gets him in very good areas, which is important because his sprint speed just isn't there. You know, it's not terrible, but it sort of matches most defenders, so you will get caught because they're running without the ball and you're running with the ball. You know, so you've got to bear that in mind. Even when slower defenders are catching you up, you know, they will catch him up over any distance longer than maybe 10 yards. But, like I said, his attack positioning does get him in good areas. And in the box, that is where he's most effective. He is an absolute fox in the box. 1v1 finishing, very good, very clinical. Anything outside the box, even if it's just outside the box, tended to be a little bit tame. You know, the shots were on target, don't get me wrong, forcing the keepers to make a save, maybe push it out for a corner, etc. But they weren't going in. And that was the problem. You know, anything, even on the edge, it just wouldn't go in. And that's one thing that was a little bit disappointing for me with this card. Like I said, close range finishing, very good. But he just didn't really have the long shots, even though he does have really good finishing and shot power, which you would think would help get a few in, but it just didn't for me. His passing is okay. You know, he can play the odd little pass here and there. Nothing spectacular, nothing too bad. Physical wise, you know, his attributes in that sort of area are all sort of around the mid-70s, which is nice. It's nothing to brag about, but it's nothing to cry home about either. So, you know, those areas, a nice little addition, but nothing too great. Obviously, dribbling is the standout area. It's amazing. His ball control and his dribbling are fantastic. So good. The ball really does stick to his feet. Very hard to get it off and very agile, slips in past. You know, he's got the 4-star skills as well to get past people. So, you know, while he doesn't have the sprint speed, he does have the ability to beat a man, which is always good. And in tight situations, he can just free up that little bit of space he needs to create a good, you know, goal scoring opportunity, which is always good when you have that good of finishing. So he's not a bad player, don't get me wrong. There's a few things on the card that I didn't like. That's just me being honest. You know, he's probably not a card that I would keep, but he'll float around sort of 20 to 30k, I would imagine, which for that price, you know, it's a nice cheap inform in a good league, easy to get into your team. So for that reason, he's not a bad player, but for me, he just didn't have quite enough to make him, you know, a really good inform that I had to keep. But overall, 7 out of 10 I've given Inform Kalou. Not a bad card. Finishing, close range, good. Dribbling, very good. But he was let down by his acceleration and a few other minor factors. So that was my review on Inform Kalou. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave any comments below if you have any questions at all. I'll be glad to answer them. And peace.